In today's video, we take you through our step-by-step instructions on how to build a VP Brock replica. Duck's guts. Well, welcome back to Clooney Garage. It's Fred here. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there on the weekend. Look what I got. I got this beautiful Shane Van Gisbergen shirt. Look at this. And I've got Jamie Whincup. I'll be able to keep that when I'm rolling out on the ground. So I'll keep that one all boxed up, Fred Jr. And a nice Ampol racing jacket. So I was pretty happy with that, you know.
Who got you that, Fred?
Fred Jr. did. So off the back of our last couple of videos, people are saying, oh, Fred, you know, clean up the garage and turn the lights on. Well, show me the light. It's a bit brighter in here. We'll put the lights on and you won't have to get, you know, Fred Jr.'s little iPhone out there and oh. So anyway, let's get stuck into it. Yeah, so we're doing a big clean up here at Clooney Garage. Got to make more room for more race cars. This one here's getting replaced. Fred Jr., what are you doing there?
Well, I think that's might be for a different video, but
okay.
It's going. It's getting traded in.
Yeah, well, I think you'll find the red VF Clooney race car will be parked right here. And look at this beautiful piece of machinery. Not quite Mugen, but it's close. And I just took it out for a flogging. It copped an absolute hiding just earlier. Love that car. But here we are, Fred Jr. This is the car of the hour. And everyone's been asking me questions about what we're going to do with it and all the rest of it. So we are going to turn it into a replica race car. But we've got so many other things to race around a racetrack, so this will go on the show circuit for a little while. It's good when the lights go out when you're presenting. And so we'll do that for a couple of years anyway, and then we might do the odd track day, but we're not going to race it as hard as we do with the other race cars, because there's no need to. We've already got plenty of those. All right, so let's start off with the engine. This Buick 3.8 litre motor will go, and if we were to, you know, stay with a true Brock replica, we'd go with the Chev engine with the 18-degree heads. We're not going to do that. I don't know where you can source those Chev engines anyway. They were a specific built race motor for Bathurst. We will go with something as close as we can get, because this is not a true carbon copy of Brock's car. It's as close as we can get. We're going to go with a Holden 304, and we won't stroke it, and we'll get you know, fuel injection, obviously, put a bit of a roller cam in it, do some compression, do some port work on the heads, but apart from that, we're going to keep it, you know, as stock as they sort of were. Perkins' car in '93 did run the Holden 304, and so that's what we're going to do. Now, for that to happen, obviously got to replace our 6-cylinder radiator here. We'll go up with a V8 spec radiator. The intakes on those 304s were quite interesting. So some of them came up with a bit of a trumpet-based design on the injection, so we'll have a bit of a look at that. They also had this huge sort of air intake induction sort of channel that went on top of the motor. We'll have a look at that as well. And apart from that, maybe a bit of battery relocation. We'll have a look. Obviously we'll get rid of things like the air conditioning and all the peripherals that we won't particularly need. And that might see us. So the engine, we've already sourced one from our tune shop at Gentech, and that'll be obviously be a rebuild thing, but it'll be a good thing. Those Holden V8's got a really nice sound to them, so yeah, we'll go with a Holden 304. All right, second thing we're going to look at is suspension. So we can't quite find the specs that were in the Bathurst cars. We'll go with a coilover. Now we've already got experience on the VE with the BC Racing coilovers, and they're pretty good. You know, they're not the top of the range coilover, but we've used them on the track and they're very effective or fully adjustable. So we'll investigate those. Leave some comments if you think there's another coilover we should try as well. You know, some Bilsteins, Conies, let us know. We are probably going to go with about 4 degrees of negative camber on the front and 2 on the rear. And we'll upgrade our sway bars, bushes, all that sort of thing, linkages, and make sure it's super tight in the front end. And also we'll get it lowered a bit too. Nice camber. Got to make sure we've got enough. You know, we'll have to get the old Tonya out and sort out the guards here. We'll get a bit of action there. It's all good. And there goes my phone. I better answer that. Oh, money never sleeps here on the channel. I had to take the phone call, but that's all good. Customers ringing and asking for bits and pieces. It's all right. So yeah, we'll just get that guard, a bit of lippy there, and then we've got to fit in our big slick tyre. We'll talk about our wheels and tyres combination. But we've got to get some serious slick rubber on the front there. Happy days. All right, when it comes to brakes, these factory items, they're just not going to cut it. So we're doing a bit of research around what sort of brakes they used in these, you know, touring cars back in the day. Harrop is the company that many of us are familiar with. Got a bunch of Harrop stuff in my VF race car. And probably not the monster ones that they do with the big HSVs, but there's a Harrop performance kit. And it's got sort of silver and red veining on the calipers. Probably go with that. They look pretty good. Slotted rotors, braided lines, and, you know, we'll run some decent, you know, fluid and all the rest of it. But for a Junior, the other piece we have to do, because this is a 6-cylinder, is that we will have to replace our master cylinder and our booster, and they do kits for those as well. And I think Harrop might even do them as well, but I've definitely seen brake upgrade kits to run with a bigger brake system. And I'm really impressed with Hawk pads. So we've used Hawk pads, a ceramic compound on the VE, and straight through the windscreen. Happy days. Now, wheels and tyres, we've been researching all sorts of, you know, we can't find the manufacturer's name. We looked at these Momo Heritage ones, and they're not quite right. They're a 6-spoke. It's something like this design, but these are obviously the VE wheels. They're white. They're in a 5-spoke. The original ones were magnesium. So leave some comments, because we've been trying to find these VP Replica race wheels. And, you know, it's not like we can go to the shop and, you know, go get them. So we're going to have to keep looking. So anyway, that's what we're after. The white 5-spoke, white rimmed wheels, and we'll probably go with a full slick tyre. You know, we run semi-slicks on all our other race cars. We've got our Nittos and our Nankangs, Yokohamas. Probably go with a Hoosier full slick this time. Oh, stop it. So when it comes to the external part of the car, this beautiful Marinello red's got to go. So we'll scuff that back and we'll get into a high-fill primer and put a nice, you know, gloss white exterior on it. Don't know if we're going to go clear over the top yet. We'll just have to see what our painter says. But the main thing we're going to do is the body kit. So they come out with a big front spoiler. Probably see some photos I'm flashing up in the background here. Big front lip. Follow me for a Junior. We've got side spats, side skirts. They have a bit of fiberglass that sort of sits here. Bit of aero in front of the rear wheel. They come out with a different rear bar. A massive rear wing that you would have seen. Very different to the VN Group A's. It's like quite a high-rise one. On Perkins Engineering, they show a lot of the work around the rear of the car. You get a good look at that rear spoiler. And then, of course, it's a livery. We're going to go with the full Bathurst, Mobil, all the stickers that Brock had, Bridgestone. There's a bunch of sponsors there that we've been looking at. I'm showing you some photos now, so you can sort of see exactly what it's going to look like. And we'll be putting all those custom-made stickers on top of our beautiful white paint job. And hopefully it'll look pretty good. So if you have been watching Perkins Engineering, they do a lot of footage on the back end of these Commodores. Really helpful for guys like us that are trying to build a replica. So for a Junior, let's take a look into a beautifully cleaned boot here. Now, we are going to go, we've still got a bit of sound deadening here, but we don't want to remove any of this until we get the dimensions of our drop tank. What spells Bathurst more than a drop tank? So we'll go with a big swirl pot over here, big fuel cell here, external fuel system, and then we'll try to make it as close as we can to the Mobil 1 replica. We don't have many, you know, pictures of Brock's car, but we've got all the stuff from Perkins Engineering, and we'll try and do our best to model that up. But have a look in here. It's we've got plenty of room, and she's pretty clean in here, so that will do it. That'll look very nice. All right, welcome to the interior of our VP, and you've seen the interior strip out video. Oh, the work hasn't stopped. I tell you what, even Father's Day, for a Junior out here with the little hammer and the chisel, chisel, chisel. Anyway, what we're going to do is get the rest of this sound deadening out and get this smoother as, because then we've got to put out our paint. Now, our paint, it's the dark blue. Leave some comments. We need to know what the paint code is for those 93 VP Commodore. But before we paint, we're going to get all the fab work. So take a look around for a Junior. Full custom roll cage as per the Brocky specifications. And it's a bit hard to see back there, but we're going to get all that fabbed and aluminium sheeted off and then get our full roll cage fitted. So that will be good fun, because once the roll cage is in, get everything painted, and then we can start all the rest of the interior work. So the interior work includes, there's a bit of moulding around. Obviously that automatic will go. Got our gearbox, which we'll talk about in a second. All this goes. So this is all the standard stuff you get there, the nice high quality tape deck and all that sort of stuff. Brocky's actually got a black bit of fascia that sort of goes over here, and he's got a bunch of dials and switches and little stuff that goes on there, so we'll be doing the same. This dash will stay, and this little decal over here doesn't say executive, it actually says Holden, but that speaker will stay. Those vents are all there. From what we can see, that you retain the glove box, you definitely retain this shroud over here. In fact, I think there's a Mobil 1 sticker there. There's either a Kenwood or a Bridgestone sticker that goes there, but we're going to get all that as per the specifications. Now we'll take you to the driver's cluster and have a look. Hello! All right, so this steering wheel will go, obviously, and from what we can see, Brocky used this Momo Alcantara sort of suede finished black steering wheel. This dash fascia all stays, except there's a Channel 7 sticker here, and there's some other little, I think he had a demister there. We'll just have to check on the footage. It's really hard to see. This footage is from the early 90s and it's a bit grainy. This goes, that cluster, but there's a black bit of fascia that goes in there. And from memory, there's a black tacho, an engine tacho, and I think there was an oil pressure warning light as well. We'll need to have a bit more of a look. And I'm pretty sure those dials stay, but there might be a sticker or two here. Door trims are a bit controversial. We've sort of seen some replicas that have got the door trims, others with the door skin. Either way, they're blue to match the rest of the colour in here. Yeah, so as I mentioned, please let us know what that blue is, because we can't find it anywhere. So then the last bit of the interior is the race seat. There is race footage of him in like this blues sort of, well not blue, sorry, there's a grey sort of covered seat. And then we've seen replicas done in a blue. So we don't think we can buy a grey Sparko. We've been having a bit of a look, but we'll get the right shape and all that sort of stuff. And if it's a blue, it's blue. It'll match the interior of the car. But again, leave us a comment. Let us know. The last part of today's episode is talk about the drive lines. We're going to go from an automatic to a manual. We're going to go to a 5-speed T5. And in the rear, on the diff, we'll go with a 9-inch diff. Can't beat those 9 inches. And we'll have to look at the centres and all that sort of gears and all that sort of stuff. But to start with, we've got ourselves the first part of the project, which is the pedal box for a junior. So that looks quite nice from old mate, who sent us a little note. He's also sent us a little loom that goes and bypasses the automatic loom and makes sure the ECU doesn't think it's still got an automatic and lets us start it. So do some unboxing, let's go. Well,
So, midway through opening this package, and it says,
oh,
Huggies Nappies. I'm hoping it's not Nappies, because if it is Nappies, I think he's taken my money here, and I'm a bit poorer than I was. But if he's done that, I think we could take a trip to Adelaide and let him know that nappies aren't acceptable.
I'm sure he hasn't. Well, so for a junior bit of unboxing there, that's the critical component for turning a auto into a manual. Pedal box.
Pedal box, that's right. Thank the Lord it wasn't Nappies, but here it is.
That's all right. They look all right. I'll give that
loom
little
in there.
We're going to put some alloy ones on there anyway. And looks like we've got our loom there as well, which is good. He's a good bloke, this bloke, I tell you what. Thank you.
Came all the way from Adelaide, this did, so we're happy it's here.
Nice job. All right, so this is the best footage that we've seen on YouTube of what our race car will end up looking like. You can see the front spoiler there. Look at that. They're those wheels I mentioned, those 5-spokers. Very nice. That's the Mobil 05 livery. Yep. And those ones got Peter Brock's name engraved in them. So that's a bit. That's the blue we mentioned. So if anyone can tell us the colour of that blue, that'd be good. There's the side spats. There. Oh, there's got the Harrop brakes there. And now YouTube's going to pause on us. Anyway, you get the idea. For a junior, what do you think?
Oh, I'm just excited for each step of the way, to be honest. But
I'm just going to keep looking at these wheels here. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's the interior. There's the Momo. Yep, oh, he's got 2 gauges on the side of the tacho there as well. See? He's got oil pressure. I think it was water. There's a air duct. That's the intake I was talking about. All the extractors, you can tell that's a Chev, can't you? Oh dear, very nice. Big front air dam. That's the blue Sparko. And Brock had a different gear knob than that too. There's the pedals for a Junior. We've got to get ourselves a bit of 80 grip and put it on that. Oh, look at that. And he doesn't have the Channel 7 sticker on his instrument cluster there either. Anyway, that'll be us one day. You looking forward to it?
Oh, can't wait. Let's get some work going tonight.
Let's do it. Catch you later.